This segment was brought to you courtesy of Caribbean American Weekly, a newspaper owned and operated by Caribbean Americans. Read the latest edition at www.cawnyc.com. That's www.cawnyc.com. To like us on Facebook, to advertise, or to subscribe, visit us at www.cawnyc.com. That's www.cawnyc.com. To advertise with the Caribbean American Weekly publication for freelance assignments to distribute at your business place, visit us at www.cawnyc.com. That's www.cawnyc.com. Or to meet a marketing representative at our office, call 718-771-0988. That's 718-771-0988.
Good day and a warm welcome to everyone. Today in studio with us we have a very special guest, Consul General of Jamaica, Alcyon Wilson. So lovely to have you with us, Miss Wilson. How are you today?
I am fine, thank you. Thanks for asking, and thanks for having me on.
Of course. So Hurricane Beryl just passed through Jamaica. Looking at overall impact and response, can you describe the immediate impact of Hurricane Beryl on Jamaica and the primary actions taken by the government in response to the destruction?
Yes, thank you. Well, the most recent update that we have received from Jamaica is that there have been, thank God, although two is too many, there are two fatalities. We have two persons that passed due to the hurricane. We have suffered significantly infrastructure damage from within few of our parishes, namely Manchester and St. Elizabeth. Many of our roads are still blocked. About 60 to 65% of the island is still without power. And of course, the government and JPS, the Jamaica Public Service, is working tirelessly to try to restore power to our nationals on the island. We have about 1,000 persons who are currently in shelters right across the island. I just got off a meeting with a group of our elected officials here in New York, as well as the Commissioner of International Affairs, Commissioner Mermelstein, and I've asked for assistance to be granted from Connecticut, as well as PSCNG in New Jersey, to see if we can get some technicians to go down to Jamaica to assist. And while we're on the topic of Jamaica, we also have to, we cannot lose sight of the fact that our sister islands, Grenada and St. Vincent, and even Barbados, have significantly been impacted from the hurricane as well.
So you mentioned the diaspora. Many members of the Jamaican diaspora have expressed concern about their loved ones in Jamaica. How is the Consulate General addressing these concerns and providing timely updates?
Right. So we, unfortunately, of course, many of our nationals and citizens in Jamaica, their telephones, lines are down, not working. We had set up a toll-free number, which is up on our consulate website, where persons can call us and, and give us information as it relates to their loved ones that they're trying to get in touch with, that they haven't heard from, whether it's I mean, there are some persons that are there on vacation in Jamaica and their loved ones are not able to get in touch with them. And so we're pulling that information together. Um, and then what we do is send the information down to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade to see if they can make contact with these persons in Jamaica that family members in the diaspora are unable to reach.
Can you elaborate on the role of the emergency hotline and the type of information and assistance it provides to the diaspora?
Um, right. So we're having. It's important to note that we're having a emergency diaspora meeting today at 3 p.m. We'll have mostly leaders from our Jamaican diaspora that will be on the call, and so that we can ascertain, we can not only give an update on what the needs are. We're still waiting on the needs list from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. Hopefully, we'll have that list by our 3 p.m. meeting, but also we'll be able to ascertain the help that we can offer to Jamaica. For example, there are a group of doctors. There are several foundations that have called us via the hotline to let us know that they are willing to go down to Jamaica to assist. There are several doctors, nurses who would like to go down. There are actually even calls from our clergy members who have asked if they can go down to offer any type of assistance as well. And so we're putting together sort of a matrix, if you will, of what the needs are, and then how our diaspora can, can assist with activating the needs list.
Given the destruction of Hurricane Beryl, what lessons have been learned from Hurricane Beryl that can improve future disaster preparedness and response?
What future lessons have been learned? Well, I mean, it's still early yet in the season, and I don't think, I think I'm correct in saying that, this is the first time we have seen a hurricane hit this early in the season. So lessons to be learned is, I've talked about paying more attention, keen attention to climate change. I know many persons, haven't been paying any attention to climate change, but, I think that's one of the lessons to be learned here. And also preparedness. It is important, for us to be prepared, we're fortunate to live in the Caribbean where, I was just in Jamaica 2 weeks ago or 2.5 weeks ago to attend the Diaspora Conference in Montego Bay. And many of the persons that went down with me to attend the conference, it was time for us at the end of the conference. Many of the persons who went to Jamaica with me said, "Oh, I wish I was staying a bit longer. It is so beautiful here," and so forth. So we're fortunate to, to live, some of us, in the Caribbean where, sunshine, fresh food, and so forth. But we also, unfortunately, around June, July, August, September, and even October, we know that there's a possibility that, a hurricane would hit us. So it is important for us to be prepared. Some persons, I know a few persons prior to the hurricane heading to Jamaica called to ask if we could assist with flashlights, obtaining flashlights, and so forth. Calling a day or two before the hurricane hit to ask for resources such as flashlights and batteries, just a little bit too late. Because we have no way of getting those items down to Jamaica within an hour or two. And so it is important for us to be prepared with, for disasters such as hurricanes. We're still receiving calls through our hotline. And so if you don't mind, I wanted to also just give you the hotline number just in case persons within our diaspora still are unable to reach their family members and would like to call us. to ask if we can assist. I mean, one of the things that I've done is there was a caller that called yesterday, and although yesterday was a holiday, we at the consulate field calls throughout the day via the hotline. But there was a caller that called to inform us that several of their family members that went down for vacation and was in the Negril area, and they have been unable to reach them. And so one of the things that I did, I recall real quickly that our ambassador to the United Nations, Ambassador Brian Wallace, is from the Negril area. And so I sent him the email. I obtained the address of where they were staying and sent him the email with the name and numbers, the U.S. number for these persons, albeit their family members weren't able to reach them through, via the number, and ask if he has any way of having anyone, asking anyone to check in on them at the hotel that they were staying. So I would like to, to provide that toll-free number so that persons can call us just in case they have concerns. And even if they would like to make a contribution, a donation or something of the sort, they can also let us know via the toll-free number. So that number, I'll provide that number now. It's 888-817-9050. It's a toll-free number, 888-817-9050.
Thank you so much, Consul General of Jamaica, Alcyon Wilson.
Of course, my pleasure. Thank you.
This segment is brought to you courtesy of Caribbean American Weekly, a newspaper owned and operated by Caribbean Americans. Read the latest edition at www.cawnyc.com. That's www.cawnyc.com. To like us on Facebook, to advertise or to subscribe, visit us at www.cawnyc.com. That's www.cawnyc.com. To advertise with the Caribbean American Weekly publication for freelance assignments to distribute at your business place, visit us at www.cawnyc.com. That's www.cawnyc.com. Or to meet a marketing representative at our office, call 718-771-0988. That's 718-771-0988.